Hello, Gemini. This is MagdalenaTarot. I'm talking rather quietly because it's night time. Did I say this is MagdalenaTarot? I'm a brand new baby channel, so please like and subscribe to help me know if what I'm doing is making sense to anybody, if anyone's receiving the messages, if you're being touched, or if anything that you hear here inspires you or helps you in any way, please let me know. I also do one-to-one readings. That's actually my biggest passion, live one-to-one, working with people directly. So my email address is below for that. And actually I've been giving a spiel at the beginning, which I don't think I'm going to keep giving, but I just want to say these readings aren't necessarily time specific, although probably more often than not it will tell you something about what's happening in your life now, with a little bit of reflection on the past and future elements of the situation. But it could be a reading from your past, from your future. It could also be a reading for somebody else. Sometimes messages come in random ways. It could be for somebody else, something that might help someone, in which case, you know, just tell somebody if you hear something that sounds like it's about their situation. Anything else? I can't think of anything now, so I'm going to stop there. If you want more information about me and about what how to get the information about this reading, just there is a video in my list right at the beginning which describes talks a bit about how I think you should do these readings, receive the readings. If something doesn't resonate, if it doesn't work, if it doesn't feel good, just turn it off. Okay, so Gemini, I just heard Gemini in my head when it came to doing this reading. So this is your reading. I'm doing this in June. Okay, Gemini, let's see what message is going to come. Please, I ask for guidance, for clarity, for wisdom, for teachings, to come for whoever is watching this message, for whoever you are. I'm just connecting with you now. I'm seeing here, the Ten of Pentacles. I feel like I should split the deck there, which means that in the middle of the deck, or kind of in the middle, somewhere in the middle, we've got the Page of Swords. And the Ten of Pentacles, Gemini, is at the root of your reading. Take a look at that beautiful card. Ten of Pentacles. Happy family, togetherness, a clear path ahead. So somehow that quality of the Ten of Pentacles is going to relate, is going to be a major theme in this reading. Of course, it could, whatever comes out could be working in that direction or away from that direction, but let's take a look. So I'm just going to lay the cards out and I will turn them over as I intuitively feel. By the way, this is the Prisma Visions deck. Look at the front of that, which is by James R. Eads, illustrated by James R. Eads. Beautiful, as you will see. I am going to turn these two over because they're touching over. So what I have is the Knight of Cups next to the Judgment card. I feel like turning the others over too. The Five of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. So let's take a moment here. So with the Knight of Cups in the past influence position, this is the card that talks to us about what may have led you into this particular situation, you or whoever you're listening for, or for your friend or family member. So opening, an opening. The cup is an opening into something. Sometimes the cup can be, if you see there's red on my hands, it's not blood. Goodness, it's beetroot. So it's a sign of good health. But the cup that he holds, rather like the cup of the Ace of Cups, or the Page's cup, the cup that's held out, the single cup held out, opened. It's an opening, it's an offering. I also sometimes feel the cup of this suit, the single cup standing open, offered, is a blessing of some kind. With the Knight of Chalices, there is a movement of some sort. Always it's a transitional energy, it's a moving energy, it's a dynamic energy. And here we see that this knight is riding a wave of emotion, of relationship with something. So a dynamic force of emotional energy has kind of swept somebody up. So this could be for you an experience that you had, an experience when you were out, when you were about, when you were doing something that moved you, something that moved you, or somebody that moved you, that came into your life, that kind of appeared, that flowed in, something that was dynamic and relational, something that touched you, that opened something up inside of you. And what I'm saying now links very much to the Judgment card at the heart of the reading. This is the card at the heart of the reading, and we see here a door opening. So those two cards are very connected. The energy, I feel that they're very, very closely connected. So a door was opened up. An experience you had that was opening. You were maybe riding the wave of something, or somebody came in and riding a wave, and you got carried away with it. So, for each person this will be something different, but I'm just feeling somebody getting kind of excited and aroused, even emotionally, kind of lifted up, and it's just opened up this door inside of you. And it might be a door that's left you asking questions about your own life. With the Judgment card, it's like an evaluation. It can be a calling, it can be an opening to a calling, but often when there's a calling that comes in this way, that's triggered by some kind of encounter, some kind of opening up, or an encounter that opened us up. It can make us look at our lives differently. It can open something up inside of you that maybe you thought was dead, even. So something that you didn't know was still there. It could be an interest. It could be a relationship. With the Knight of Chalices, often he is the lover that comes in and offers something openly and willingly. They may not be able, if they stay in the cups, in the Knight of Cups, in the Knight energy, they won't be able to stay. So the hope is always with a Knight that they stick around long enough to become the king, right? And I'm not sure about this, because I see him riding away from the door. It might be that you had an encounter with somebody or something that kind of came and went, but it left you opened up. And then it's like, what now? And so inside of you, somewhere hidden in you, the hidden part of this is the Five of Swords. So it means that there's something inside of you that's kind of like left. That's what I'm feeling, is kind of like left with questioning and unsure, and kind of arguing with yourself. You're left arguing with yourself because maybe this person, this experience that came and they went as easily as they came, slipped away, and it's left you kind of arguing with yourself inside because they're not necessarily there to argue with. Maybe that could be for some of you. On the surface of or anyway, it's opened up within you this kind of awareness of this internal conflict that you have, this kind of feeling of arguing within yourself, a kind of debate with yourself that never really gets you anywhere, takes you round in circles. And you're being called, maybe you're being called here to really take a deeper look at what that is. And on the surface of this situation, we have the Three of Pentacles, which is somebody building. So, you know, maybe this experience has come in at a time when you are building something. It's come in at a time when you're trying to stabilize, you're trying to find stability, you're trying to rebuild or build something up. It could be a project, it could be a relationship. But that Three of Pentacles is kind of up in the air right now. It feels like that thing that you're building, that you're trying to find stability with, has kind of been pushed up into the air. And what you're discovering is inside there's actually some fears, some doubts, a struggle that's been going round and round inside of you, that's maybe, you know, with this opening up, I'm just getting the feeling that you're maybe building something up before it's really time. That's the feeling I'm getting here. Before it's really, you know, the building is happening on the outside, maybe outside of you in the external reality, but inside you're not quite sure. You're not there yet. You haven't found that inner stability. You're still struggling inside with yourself, with doubts. I'm just going to look now with the future influence, which can be it can be some advice about how to deal with this situation in the future. It can be something that comes in. But we've got here the Queen of Pentacles, which is rather a beautiful influence to have for the future. And she is all about finding stability. To me, she's quite Empress-like, the Queen of Pentacles. The you know, the goddess, especially this one. I mean, take a look at her. Really very goddess-like. The goddess of the earth. She receives. She's able to receive and nurture. She's able to do as well. I mean, she can be in the world and build things. She knows how to receive things and how to turn them into something. So it feels like this is a really good way forward. And I want to clarify this Queen of Pentacles, but with the Ten of Pentacles at the base of the reading, and underneath that, oh my goodness me, we've got these. I've just got to show you these cards because they're kind of special. What a sequence. We've got the Page. This is at the base of the reading. So we've got the Page of Pentacles, which moves into the Nine of Cups, which moves into the Star card, which moves us into the Ten of Pentacles. So I just feel like, you know, there is a theme that's running through this situation, which is about this realization or offer of something very real, or something that wants to be realized. Something that wants to be realized, an offer, a very real offer, something small but tangible that's brought one to the realization the realization, and this could be partly connected to the Judgment card, the realization of a dream, of what one wants, what somebody wants, what someone desires. This emotional connection with, here we have that King of Chalices, this emotional connection with something that somebody really wants. And with that realization, and this happens sometimes, the Star card, this purification, this when one gets moved to the point of realizing one's real true desires and having the feeling, the hope, the belief that one can actually manifest those dreams. Just that, before you even manifested the dream, you can really get this experience, this star energy, this purification, this sudden flowing of connectedness, of feeling, this waking up, this realization of where one's been, where one's going, and what one really wants. But with that can come the also the understanding, the realization, and the Judgment card doesn't just bring in positive things. It doesn't just awaken positive things. It can also awaken difficult things, things in our lives that are built up over time that are calling to be looked at, to be understood, to be moved through. So this waking up to this inner struggle. And that opening, and sometimes that's all it takes. It just requires, it's just like this struggle inside of you is just asking to be looked at. And just that opening up of the self with the door, the open door of the Judgment card, this acceptance, this realization, this willingness, having the willingness to work at something. Remember, this could be anything. It could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be a desire about something that you want in your life, something new that you want to do with your life, something that's actually you've wanted to do a long time. This willingness to work, to realize the struggle, the inner struggle, the mental struggle. And I'm hearing now even mental torture that you have put yourself through. And of course that can be something internalized from family life, from family. So this could be, connected to the healing of an old family dynamic. With the Judgment card, sometimes with the Judgment card we say it could be the return of something. It could also be the return of an old pattern that's been kind of embedded in you. Maybe it's been causing problems in your life. Maybe it's this with the Five of Swords, internalized inside of yourself. It's about something from your childhood, a difficult dynamic from your childhood that left you with inner doubts that maybe have stopped you from being able to build your life. And so with the realization of those doubts, there can be a healing. There can be a healing of a family dynamic which allows you to become the Queen of Pentacles, or connect with the energy of the Queen of Pentacles, which is also the mother, the great mother, the great maternal queen, the one who can get things done from a loving, compassionate place, the one who is not scared of work, the one who embraces the doing and making in life, that sees the beauty in doing, in materializing things, the beauty in things, And of course that is a quality that is just gorgeous for building family stability homes. So it might be that if it's around love, it could be that somebody's come into your life, somebody rather lovely, who's offering you something very nice, or did offer you something very nice, whether they stayed or went, whether they stayed or went, this person certainly opened something up for you. And it's been a positive, it has to have been a positive experience for it to end up with the Queen of Pentacles. You know, it's possible that this person has come in and you weren't quite sure if they were going to stay, but they opened you up to something important in yourself. And out comes the Queen of Pentacles. It's almost like I'm seeing now, you know, the Knight of Cups walked in and they walked out as the Queen of Pentacles. So I'm feeling like this is something of you. Maybe there's a part of you, this emotional part that normally runs away. It could be a person that normally runs away. But something here, so there's been this big opening, this big kind of calling, healing space. I'm seeing the Star card here. That has really made somebody stick around. So this could be for another group of you, that somebody who might normally walk away, might normally be the romantic and sweep you off your feet, but maybe not stay. Maybe something has happened here that's actually made it feel okay for them to stay. So now suddenly I'm getting a very different feeling, or maybe it's just another layer to this, that there's this feeling here that somebody who maybe appeared to not want to stick around, somebody who came in rather a beautiful way, and as I said before, left also in a rather a beautiful way, but nevertheless left. Or maybe a not beautiful way. I don't know if leaving when you want someone to stay is ever beautiful, but with panache, I'm hearing. I just feel like there's this sense of you or somebody just knowing that they're going to come back. It's like this is going to come back round, and that's what I'm hearing. This is going to come back round. This is going to come back round. So something here coming back round. There's this flow of energy here, and there is doubt, there is fear, and there is doubt, of course, because you've let somebody go off and do their thing. That's possible for one group of you. For some of you, you've had to allow somebody to go off and do their thing and be their wonderful selves, but with this understanding that they're going to come back. But in the process of waiting, of not knowing, the Judgment card, really seeing what they're really made of, it could be difficult. It could open up fear and doubt in you or somebody else in this process of waiting. I just want to clarify, which I was about to do before, wasn't I? But I lost track. I do tend to do that sometimes. Let's clarify the Five of Swords. Please clarify the Five of Swords. Oh, we've got another 5. And a Queen of Wands. And the Emperor. So I want to pull another one, but I'm not going to keep going. So, and we've got the 6 of Wands at the bottom of this. Take a look at that. So with 2 5s, 5 is transition. So again, this sense of waiting with the 5 of Pentacles in this card. Somebody is still, they're not moving like the traditional Rider-Waite 5 of Pentacles. This person is still, but they're kind of being touched. I'm feeling here, you know, the 5 is not an easy, it's rarely an easy, it's not an easy number. It's a number of transition. It's a number of change. It can be a troubling. It can be a number of trouble. It can be a troubling number. We're always halfway when we're at the 5. The fact we've got 2 5s here feels very important. But what I've got next to these 2 5s, so that's inside, there is a feeling of maybe abandonment, being stuck in this kind of, with these conflicting thoughts. And behind that really is this feeling of being abandoned, of being left out in the cold. That's the traditional phrase that readers use for the 5 of Pentacles. So I just feel like there's this waiting and this kind of inner going around in circles, like, are they coming back? Is it gonna, what's gonna happen next? And then it brings up doubts like, oh, you shouldn't have done that, or why did you do that? And you always do that, and this kind of inner going around in circles because you're actually feeling a bit lost and a bit left behind. But something on the surface, and I think that's very good, is just, it's like, you know, you have to keep going. You just have to keep going with this. You just have to keep going. In this waiting period, this period where it's like, this is whatever's happening now, this space that's opened up with this person going away, or this person, this wonderful encounter that was brief, that you think maybe it's momentary, maybe they're not coming back. But I've also got here the Queen of Wands and the Emperor side by side, 2 very powerful energies. So it's just this feeling that you have to, and that's the 4, the number 4, which is before the 5 of Pentacles. So I just feel like somewhere inside of you there is more power than maybe you realize. And if you can just get beyond this feeling of being left out, this mental going round in circles, kind of bashing yourself with these doubts and these fears, get beneath that. There really is a deep and creative inner strength with the Queen of Wands. She's kind of a superstar, you know, and you need to connect with this inner superstar, because this Queen of Wands, she really knows how to be creative with anything. So, you know, when you're feeling left out, feeling a bit abandoned, feeling worried, feeling scared, going round in circles, Queen of Wands comes in and she knows what to do with that. And that's exactly what you need to do when you're in this energy of 5, to stop yourself getting stuck there. You know, you need to invent, create. With the Emperor also, this Emperor is this, you know, the Emperor is really the King of Kings. And in the position on the inside, what's happening inside of you, the Emperor is talking of a real inner power, this ability from within to take control, to be the master of one's inner thoughts, inner feelings, inner fears. You have the power within you, masculine and feminine, to take control of your doubts and this feeling of being left out, this fear of being left out, these torturing thoughts. You have the power to take control of this and to be creative with this energy that you're feeling inside. So if there is a feeling, if you do have this kind of restless energy, this left out energy, this sad energy, this, you know, kind of, you have to find a way to be creative with it. It's just energy. Because there is this transition, because there is this space opened up. But the Queen of Pentacles, and I'm going to clarify her too, the Queen of Pentacles, as this future influence, shows that whatever you are fearing won't be there after this period of waiting, is over. It will be there. The Queen of Pentacles is there to hold you at the end of all this, to embrace you, to grow you. And look what jumped out. the King of Pentacles, and I'm going to lay that down because he really did jump out. And look at these two together. So I think there's going to be, after this, there's been this initial whirlwind romance possibly, and this waiting and seeing. This person is coming back, or this energy, or this job, this thing that feels like you're thinking, oh, I'm sure this was a perfect match, but then the doubts kick in, right? And that comes from, yes, you know, family, older family issues, of course. I mean, it always does. But this is incredible to get a King and a Queen of Pentacles in one reading. And again, at the bottom of the deck, I've got the Nine of Cups. So this person is sitting on their own and they're just looking at the sunset, but there's no one there yet. They're waiting. This person is actually manifesting, because they're believing in their dream. They're believing in it. Then it becomes the Ten of Cups. But first you have to take that time to sit, to wait, to be alone with something. Even if your dream involves somebody else, you need to find yourself first within this. And I'm hearing believe. Believe in it. Oh, look, this is just crazy. The Ten of Pentacles has just come out as a clarifier for the King and the Queen of Pentacles. You know, this is really profound, Gemini. This is really profound. We've got the King and the Queen of Pentacles with the Ten of Pentacles. So this is extraordinary. I mean, that doesn't happen a lot. I just feel like I'm feeling nosy and I'm feeling like I want to clarify something else. But we have got a perfectly balanced partnership. Now, it's all Earth. It's all Earth. So I don't know if you're Gemini rising, Gemini moon. You might just have Gemini heavily in your chart. You might be looking at somebody else's reading who's Gemini. But I have a lot of Earth in this reading. There's a lot of Earth. That feels very heavy, earthy energy. But this could just be about you materializing, that you discovering that this dream that you had is actually manifestable. That's not actually a word, I made it up. But this is actually something that's going to manifest. Something really beautiful, in balance, pretty harmonious, and very, very real. With it being Pentacles, this is something real, something tangible. So, Two of Chalices. Okay, I could keep going, but clarifying, more clarification here for the Judgment card. I've got the Queen of Swords, Seven of Swords, and then the Hierophant. So, it's like a part of you it's like there's a part of you that's maybe in the past has been very in control about things. With the Queen of Swords, honest, in control, responsible, all-knowing, all-seeing. You know, she's a very clear-cut energy. But also, you know, the Queen of Swords, her shadow side can also be quite, could limit things sometimes, could be quite harsh, quite judgmental, cut through things, sometimes to the point of even killing things. I mean, that's the shadow side of that energy, cutting. So it's almost as if, you know, there's something in you with the Seven of Swords next to the Queen of Swords. It's almost like there is something inside of you which feels like, look, we're just going to have to sneak away from that energy, you know. And that could be, you know, it's possible your mum was like that, for example. We internalize these voices from our childhood, voices that weren't ours, but that were very strongly around us. And you might have to, in order to move, commitment, the Hierophant, which is a kind of formal commitment of some kind, something institutional, a great teacher, big commitment, this kind of sense of having to sneak away, because a Hierophant right now is right next to this King and Queen of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. So this is kind of like, marriage. But then I've got the Knight of Swords next to the Queen of Cups. And when I'm seeing these two together, I'm just thinking, you've got to, somebody has to really get into their feelings and open up. Someone has to do that, because, okay, we've got the Knight of Chalices and the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Chalices, and I'm just feeling like an answer to some difficulty in the situation is, stop looking at the situation, stop trying to analyse, stop trying to understand it, and use your mental power instead to kind of take you to your feelings, your true feelings. Check her out. And the card that comes after that is the two of Cups. This way, loving partnership lies. So, harnessing with this creative inner power, finding your inner power, the power in you that allows you to conquer your fears, to conquer your doubts, to move past this feeling which might be an old pattern of being left out, to try to believe that this thing, this commitment, this beginning of something is really real. And it might mean, yes, to pass through judgment. It's a big deal. This is a major arcana. So it might be that this person or this new job, this situation, you really need to take some time here to evaluate this. But ultimately what you're going to find, if you can really allow your true feelings to come in and really reflect on the things that maybe sometimes are a pattern within you of doubting and not allowing yourself to just go with the beautiful flow of this love. Go with the flow. That's what the queen of we've got a lot of queens in here. The Queen of Cups is saying to me, always says to me, go with the flow. Queen of Wands, within, energy within. And face your feelings. Face the feelings that this brings up. They won't kill you. Face them, look at them, Gemini. And maybe that's hard for you if you really are heavily Gemini. The feelings could, sometimes to air signs, feelings, if they really have a lot of air in their chart, can just feel like strange aliens. So it might really be that you really have to come face to face with your true feelings and any fears and doubts that doing that brings up. But you have the power within you to do this, and you have the creativity within you to do this. And look what comes. Look what could come when you do. This is a partnership of a lifetime. The kind of partnership that... and this reading won't be for everybody. So please look at your rising signs, your moons, and look around at the readings. If this doesn't resonate for you, if none of this made sense, then it's not for you. And I really don't want to give people false ideas and false hopes either. But I've got to finish this now, Gemini, because it's nearly 40 minutes. But it's really been a special, beautiful reading. Quite a journey that we've been on here. So I'm really wishing you love and luck. And remember, if it doesn't feel like this is for you, don't make it for you. Look for something else. But hopefully this has inspired something. I'm sending you all much love. Goodbye.